Welcome to my channel Adhyan with Flow. Our next topic is absorption of digested food and their products. Before starting this absorption and digestive products, we have to clear some terms. Like we have to clear what is diffusion. What is diffusion? When molecule, ions, any kind of compounds they travel high concentration to their low concentration. If something is high in here, they they travel, they move towards their lower concentration. This term is clear, guys. Now another term is, what is passive transport? What is passive transport? We know that we have a cell membrane. This cell membrane is made up with phospholipid bilayer. We know this thing. This cell membrane contain many kind of transports: channel, carrier. It may be channel, it may be carrier, it may be pump. So they are transport molecule. What they do? They transport molecules. They transport molecules from outside to inside the plasma membrane and inside to outside the plasma membrane. That's it. I repeat again, they transport molecule outside to inside and inside to outside. If they require energy, if they use ATP for this transportation, we call it as a active transport. And if they passes molecule outer to inner side and inner to outer side, if they don't require ATP, so we can call it as a passive transport. If they require, means this molecule wants to go outside, but this transporter said that give me ATP, then I will send you outside the cell. So this molecule provide him ATP. So this molecule passes inside to outside. And if this molecule wants that I want to go inside, then this transporter, if they require ATP, so this molecule give them ATP, so they can easily move towards the plasma membrane. They are depend by the molecule and the molecules, especially ions. Use ATP for their transportation. And passive transportation means there is a hydrophobic thing, they can easily pass. Hydrophobic thing means lipid soluble thing, they can easily pass. But it may be ions, it may be large molecule. Ions means cation, anion, they require ATP for exchanging, for goes outside, for goes inside, they need ATP. Okay, so this is passive transport is clear, active transport is clear, and diffusion is clear. So with the help of these three process, the food can absorb, guys. So this is the factor we should clear: what is passive transport, what is active transport, and what is diffusion. If if some molecule use channel, means this is the plasma membrane, and they make a channel for them. So anyone goes from outside to inside and inside to outside, but a limited time. They don't need ATP. No, they don't require ATP. Now carrier, if carrier are located on the plasma membrane, we call it as a facilitated transporter. So if carrier is located, then molecules move outside to inside, inside to outside. It may be ATP dependent and ATP independent according to their molecule. It may be, if they transport ions, so they use ATP. If they transport some lipid molecule, they don't use ATP. If we use pump, yeah guys, if we use pumps are located, all pumps, transporter, carrier channels located on the plasma membrane. What they do? They require ATP. For transporting. Always, I use this word always. I'm damn sure. Pump always use ATP. for export and import the molecules. So this is the term. Now one name is most popular for pump: sodium potassium pump. Cell membrane, plasma membrane contain this pump. This is the structure of, means this is the like simple structure of sodium potassium pump. They bind with 3 molecules of sodium at a one time and 2 molecules of potassium at a one time. Sodium molecules goes outside and potassium molecules goes inside the plasma membrane. This is the plasma membrane, this is the outside. The most common used pump ever, sodium potassium pump. During this transportation they use ATP, guys. They use ATP. So here is a chart. You can betterly understand that which part absorb which thing. Now let's start with mouth. Certain drugs coming in contact with the mucosa, the innermost layer of mouth and lower side of the tongue, are absorbed into the blood capillary lining there. Okay, so some drugs are absorbed there, some starch molecules are also absorbed there. Now what happening with stomach? What they absorb? They absorb water and simple sugar and alcohol. Important, guys, important. Now let's start with small intestine. What they do? These are the principal organ for absorption, highest absorption. The digestion is completed here and the final products of digestion such as glucose, fructose, fatty acid, glycerol, everything absorbed through the mucosa into the blood stream and they absorb all the things. And what kind of things large intestine is absorbed? Mainly they absorb water and some minerals and some drug also. So this is the your master slide, your master table. You can remember this thing. This is important. Okay, now some disorder related with digestive tract like jaundice, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, indigestion. Let's read one by one. What happening if a person survive with jaundice? The liver is affected. Skin and eyes turn yellow due to the deposit of the bile pigment. We know na, bile juice secrete bile, bilirubin, bilirubin. If they excess in amount, they cause this. Now what is vomiting? It is ejection of stomach content through the mouth. Yeah, we can take food mouth to stomach, but if food comes out to stomach and mouth through the mouth, if food out with mouth, this is very painful, guys. This reflex action is controlled by vomiting center in medulla. A feeling of nausea precedes vomiting. Feeling uncomfortable, unhygienic. You saw something dirty. What is diarrhea? This is infected by bacteria, guys. This is if we drink some polluted drink, if we eat some polluted food and drink, they affect us. The abnormal frequency of bowel movement and increasing liquidity of fecal discharge is known as diarrhea. It reduces the absorption of food. In diarrhea, we release lots of our fluidy part in outside the body. Constipation. What is the constipation? The constipation, the faces are retained with the colon as bowel. We can't fresh properly. This is the constipation. We can't fresh properly. This is the constipation. What is indigestion? If we take something, whatever, unhygienic, they excrete out from the body. They indigested. So if we eat some toxic substance, then what happened next? The food is not properly digested and leading to a feeling of fullness. The causes of indigestion is inadequate enzyme secretion, anxiety, food poisoning, overeating and spicy food. This is the factors of indigestion. So that's all. I think you're okay. PEM. Here is some disease, guys, like kwashiorkor, marasmus. Look at here, very important, guys. Oh my god, how I can miss this thing. Dietary deficiency. If we take less important food, less rich food, so we can suffer this malnutrition, protein energy malnutrition. If we don't take proper diet, proper calories diet, we suffered from malnutrition. This is most commonly found in Southeast Asia, South America, West and Central Africa. May affect large section of population during sukha, famine, political turmoil. This happened in Bangladesh during the liberation war and Ethiopia during the subdued drought in mid-80s. PEM affect infants and childs, produce marasmus. This is one disease, and kwashiorkor. This is the second disease. Marasmus, it is produced by deficiency of protein in our food and deficiency of calories in our food. So this kind of disease mainly found in fetus, they suffer from malnutrition in our early age. If mother's milk is replaced too early, if mother not feed their baby properly, so that kind of babies suffer from easily this disease. If the mother has second pregnancy or childbirth when the older infant is still so young, this is happening. If we carry again a baby but their first child is too much young, so baby second baby also suffer from marasmus. Marasmus protein deficiency impair growth and replacement of tissues protein, extreme emaciation body and thinning of limbs. Matlab means their hands and their legs are thin and their stomach is increasing, skin become dry and thin and wrinkled. The rate of body growth, the rate of body weight, all thing is decreased. Mainly their brain is affected, their mental condition is affected. Now next disease is kwashiorkor. This is also due to protein deficiency and due to also calories deficiency. It results from the replacement of mother's milk by the high calories low protein diet in child more than 1 year in age. Like marasmus kwashiorkor showing wasting of muscles, thinning of limbs, both the disease show same character. Failure of growth, the brain development is failure. Unlike marasmus, some fat is still left under the skin. Moreover, extensive edema and swelling of body parts like their stomach part. Axis, they swell and their hands definitely thin. So this is PEM, protein energy malnutrition. This is important, yeah. There is description type question form here. So that's all for it. Your chapter is also complete. Chapter 16, yeah, chapter 16 is completed now. So guys, if you don't subscribe me, please subscribe my channel Adhyan with Flow, and thank you. By the way, thank you for listening me. Thank you so much for listening me, and keep smiling. And revision, do revision, revision. Again, I'm saying be attentive in class, okay, and be specific, okay. One day you will crack any kind of exam. Thank you so much guys. Thanks a lot for listening me.